This is Wiggum from Reddit Omega bringing you a recap of war number 212. So we were paired against a random Chinese team. As you can see, we won quite handily. We were able to clear most of their bases very quickly, so quickly that we didn't get all of our attacks in, and most of our Town Hall 9 attacks were just practice. So if you look, we had 2 of their 4 Town Hall 10s 3-starred, and the other 2 2-starred, and then we cleared everything else. So I'm going to show you 5 attacks from this war, and I'm going to start with Brock on their number 21. Now, Brock had a 6-star war, and they were all fresh. And here he's going to be doing a shattered GoHo. Now, the quality of the bases we saw in this attack were pretty weak. So whenever you have an easy lure like that, why not take it? He's going to go ahead and drop 1 poison, and then he's going to stagger a 2nd poison drop. 2nd poison drops now. This is to kill the dragon. This is something we've been doing more and more often in our wars. Whenever we see dragons in a Town Hall 9 CC, if you're running 2 poisons, you can simply poison them down. You notice he has a level 2 poison and a level 4 poison, and that's sufficient. So he's going to go out. He's going to go without wall breakers here, and he's just going to jump into that Archer Queen. That makes a lot of sense, particularly when you see what he's able to accomplish with this jump. So he's got his funnel going. Now's the time to drop that jump, and you'll note that it gets him into those expos in the center as well. So his kill squad's going to be able to take out quite a few buildings. Goes ahead and starts dropping hogs while he has a kill squad tanking for them. Of course, a Tesla popped up, so he's going to have to add a few more hogs. So he's trickling in hogs here. The reason he's doing that is because he suspects there could be giant bombs. So there's a giant bomb. Giant bombs plus wizard towers are pretty good at taking out hogs. His AQ is still alive, taking out a couple of defenses. Goes ahead and uses her ability. And he's bringing in hogs from 3 sides right now. Golem's still tanking that expo, very important to keep it from hitting those hogs. And you'll note that he still has another heal spell to use. Drops a few cleanup wizards. And then drops that heal on the remaining defenses. Notice the Golem is still tanking 2 of those 3-point defenses. And now that Golemite dies, turns his attention, but they're under heal. So going to go ahead and turn right, take out the queen, and then drops all of his remaining cleanup, and the rest of the space is a breeze. Yes, there was another giant bomb there, but it doesn't matter. So excellent hit on a fresh attack. Next attack I want to show you is Shy Guy attacking their number 13. Now he's going for more of a stone GoHo, and you note that he is he's not running that many hogs, but he's got a couple of witches in the mix. All right, so we've got our 2 poisons. I have to applaud Shy Guy for being brave enough to take such varied units. You notice he's got barbarians, archers. He's got 2 whole rows of troops and spells, and personally, that always messes me up, but he pulls it off just fine. Okay, remember when you're doing stoned, you want a wide funnel. So he's got several archers to do that. And you'll note the way these buildings are organized, the way the point defenses are, they kind of funnel the golems automatically, but he's got to jump headed straight to the core. And that's important because you could have Teslas there, you could have giant bombs, you could have both. And you also have an Archer Queen to clear anyway. So you'll note with this kill squad, he's able to get down a lot of point defenses. And that's what enables him to run so few hogs. He's also tripped a double giant bomb. Kill squad's still alive. Queen's still alive. He's bringing in hogs now to protect his queen. So there's a single there. Heals a little bit late, but that's okay. Doing a good job of keeping his hogs out in front of his archer queen and getting his hogs in action while he has tanking in the core. Notice those mortars hitting on the barbarian king. Another single heals that spot, and you note the heals line up pretty well for those single giant bombs. No more giant bombs remaining, just a few point defenses remaining, and both heroes alive. So this is going to be a pretty quick cleanup. Goes ahead and needs to drop those 2 wizards. There they go. And yes, even though these hogs pretty much die out toward the end, they've done their job. Okay, next attack is Tito, spot on there, number 11. Now this is a pretty spread out base. It's kind of an anti-3 layout. It's similar to what we run, but it's got a couple of weaknesses that Tito's able to exploit. Typically when you've got an offset archer queen like this, what you want to do is you want to avoid going straight at the archer queen, because there are not going to be any giant bombs that you're going to be able to trip in that archer queen compartment. But what Tito does is instead, he has a jump. What he's going to do is he's going to try to get maximum value out of his kill squad here. So he gets the archer queen down. He's still got plenty of wizards, a couple golemites, and a level 5 golem left. So he gets a skeleton trap. That's always nice when you're hogging. Gets the CC. Now he's going to go ahead and drop his poisons a little quickly instead of staggering him. That's fine, because he is going to get a couple of wizard shots in on that dragon. And since he's already spawned 1 skeleton trap, you don't need to hold on to any poisons. And now he's going to start his hogging. If you just look right now at the shape of this base, I talk a lot when we talk about hogging about shaping a base. And you'll see how this sets up very well for his double streaming hogs. You can just imagine their path going around the base in a clockwise fashion, all the while benefiting from some beefy tanking in the center, taking care of those expos. It's also going to line up very well for his heals. He should be dropping his first heal, there we go, right about now. Now his archer queen is taking quite a bit of damage, but if she dies, it doesn't matter. So it does have a Tesla farm, but the heal's set up very well for it, and he's got a critical mass of hogs there, so they chew through it pretty quickly. And then the last heal is used where the giant bombs are, so hogs are healed back up to full as they take out those last 3-point defenses. So even though he doesn't have any heroes left, the kill squad did their job, and he's got cleanup wizards up top. And very straightforward cleanup from here. So even though he went straight at the archer queen, and even though he tripped some giant bombs with his hogs, he was still able to use the shaping to channel his hogs exactly like he wanted, so that they lined up well for his heal spells. Okay, so this is Stingray with a fresh 3-star on a Town Hall 10. You'll note it's a very quick attack. Now, Sting is going with a 7 golem attack. And 7 golem is one of those attacks that is solid 2 with a potential to 3. The key to a 7 golem attack is to use your tanking and your DPS with good synergy. What I mean by that is you want your tanking out in front of your DPS so that your squishy units, like your wizards and even your archer queen, will benefit from that tanking as long as possible, because they will melt pretty quickly when going up against point defenses. One of the nice things about running so many golems is they can single-handedly take a multi-point inferno and take it for a long, long time. So it's got several jumps leading into the core, got a rage for his witches and archer queen and wizards. That core and that archer queen go down very quickly. And you'll notice archer queen is still behind the tanking. She is tanking she's tanking nothing right now. So even though he doesn't have a lot of DPS in the center to take down that last inferno, witches and golems will do it. So he has very few wizards left. His primary source of damage right now is his archer queen. But he still has her ability in reserve, and he's going to use that pretty soon to preserve her as she gets through these last 3-point defenses. I'm going to use it right here when a giant bomb is spawned, just to give her more health to live through that explosion. And then with 3 golems left alive, obviously this archer tower can hit them all day, and it's not going to do any good. So in short order, he's able to take out the base and secure the 3. So he took this ring-style base, and he used a 7 golem attack, and because he was able to keep his DPS, notably his archer queen, behind the tanking, he was able to secure a solid 3 on a fresh attack. Very nice. And the last attack I'm going to show you is Lakatos on their number 2. This is my favorite attack of the whole war. One, because Lak is using one of my favorite compositions. He's using a GoHo, but he's doing it at Town Hall 10. So you may remember a couple of weeks ago I said with one of the major changes in the big update was not Town Hall 11, it was adding 30 seconds to the attack timer. And I said that would probably make AQ walks more popular. Now that was balanced somewhat by the healer nerf, but AQ walks are still perfectly viable, and here Lak does a great one. One of the ideas in an AQ walk is to shape a base. Now I've talked about that in the context of Town Hall 9, but it's also important for Town Hall 10. Another thing you want to do with an AQ walk is you want to take out a lot of point defenses. And when you take out a lot of point defenses, and when you shape a base, that actually sets up very well for hogging. So this has taken some time, but you'll note that he's proceeding down the northwest side of the base, and he's going to get a lot of point defenses and basically take out about a third of this base just with his AQ walk. Now, straight up GoHo does not work at Town Hall 10 because there are too many defenses, the hit points of the buildings are too high, they do much more damage. But if you can take out a third of the base and then GoHo, it's quite viable. So he's going to go ahead and drop some golems down south. There's his third, making it a stoned. Then he's going to wall break toward that Inferno tower. Very important to take out the Inferno when you want to hog. Obviously, hogs synergize very well with healing, and Infernos negate that. So he's got to jump into the core. This is to take out the Archer Queen and to get into that Expo and Inferno. He does have a freeze, which he's trying to hold on to. You'll see why in a moment. And now he's going to start his hogging in a wall-like fashion. Going to proceed pretty much counterclockwise around this base. So he goes ahead and heals a double giant bomb spot. In case there's a double there, he's going to trip it one by one, but it was just a single. He's going to freeze that Inferno. This is going to preserve more of his hogs. Goes ahead and drops a poison there on the skeletons. Now that the Inferno's back alive, these hogs are going to melt pretty quickly. But they've done their job. They've taken out almost a third of the defenses themselves, which leaves the kill squad to take out what's left. Now the kill squad consists simply of the Archer Queen right now. There are a couple golems tanking, obviously, but mostly just the Archer Queen, so it's all on her. And remember, she has used her ability already. But by now there's just one defense left, and you'll note these healers that are still alive are healing the golems. They will never, ever die. And now with a couple of wizards on the outside of the base is cleared. So this is an attack that would not have 3-starred in the old meta, but with the new update, it certainly can and does. And Lak shows how GoHo is perfectly feasible at Town Hall 10, which is quite encouraging. Okay, so that's all for this. I do have one more war recap to catch up on, a little behind, and I'll have that for you shortly.